Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Music Mondays podcast. But it's not just any episode. We are here live with episode 101. But this is the inaugural and first annual Music Mondays End of the Year Awards. I hope you're well. I hope you have your feet kicked up. I hope you're ready for a good show. So, a little background about the Music Mondays Awards and a little bit of details on who's going to be hosting tonight with me. So, the Music Mondays Awards was something that I had the idea of truly since the inception of Music Mondays and the start of everything. And this is our first edition. So, with that said, this isn't meant to be a super serious award show. This isn't supposed to be something that's like taken to heart or anything like that. We're gonna do this every year, and this is gonna be something that the community will come to enjoy if you don't really enjoy the first edition, because certain other communities have the luxury of narrowing down, like, mainstream artists, or we have this selection of artists, but we're considering everybody in the community. So this is why we kept it staff voted, and this is also why it's not fan voted, right? Because people with a bunch of supporters can just spam a poll and they'll win every single thing that's going on. So that's not really what we're aiming for. Music Mondays specializes in the underground, but we also specialize in recognizing artists that put in a lot of work, regardless of their support base, right? And we always look for talent. We always look for people that support the platform. We're just really, really involved in that, and that's like our main sort of core. That's what makes Music Mondays whole. So, with that said, I have two hosts with me here tonight. We have residential designer DJ Mikal Jones, and we have writer, curator, designer Ivica Glass. These are two Music Monday staff members that have put in a lot, and when I tell you a lot of work in 2022, before I give them their introduction, I just want to say a couple words. These two have definitely been a core of Music Mondays, and what makes Music Monday special is we're made up of a bunch of staff members that are also creatives, right? That's something that I strive for. It's not necessarily something that's like, oh, you have to be a creative if you want to be a part of Music Mondays. No, it's more so like it's preferred. It's because these type of creatives understand um what art really means, and like what it takes to make great art, and what kind of work goes into being a creative, whether you're a producer and an artist, a vocalist, a designer, things like that. So both Mikal and Avica have put in a lot of work since they've joined Music Mondays, so I definitely want to shed some light on that and let you guys know that they are a very, very big core part of Music Mondays, whether it be designs, um, written pieces, Dose of Daybreak, all sorts of things like that. That is a very core piece of us. So do recognize that, because a lot of people do forget that the Music Monday staff team is there. You know what I mean? Granted, some of the staff members might not show themselves as much, but people like Ivica and Mikal and Aster and so many other core staff members really make this go round. So I want to let you guys know that. So, with that said, before I introduce Ivica and Mikal Jones, I would like to give a shout out to King Mark for the motherfucking sub in the chat, getting us to 7 of 10 of our motherfucking sub goal. Huge shout out to King Mark. Much, much, much motherfucking love, my friend. Mark, what is that? 8 months. 8 months in a row. Let's get it, baby. Huge shout out to King Mark. So let's introduce Ivica and Michael, and we'll let them have the floor. Have them speak a little bit about the Music Mondays Awards, about themselves, and we'll get on to it. So, Michael, Ivica, how are you guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello. I was very disoriented. I was watching the Twitch stream, and it
Right,
is
right,
later than the Discord call.
right.
Uh,
Sorry,
So,
my AirPods connecting.
feel
How
free
you
to
doing?
introduce yourselves. Michael, how are you, my friend? How are you on this fine Monday?
Good. Happy holidays, everybody. Yeah, I'm good. Just hanging out, doing some gaming, tuning in.
Love that. Ivica, how are you, my friend? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm well. Having a good chill day. Uh, yeah. So me. My screen. I think my screen name on Twitter right now is exactly what I'm about to say. Is I'm a digital artist slash musician, musician. Oh no. But yeah, I make music of various sorts. I make art of various sorts. And I also write for Music Mondays. I write part of In Case You Missed It Monthly, uh, which was an idea I came up with, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
Uh, and I also do the breakdown on our YouTube channel. If no one's checked that out, we're gonna have the second episode up this week. So tune into that for sure. Uh, love Music Mondays. Love being part of it. Michael, do you want to tell me about you?
Yeah, I'm a DJ, producer, graphic designer, and an engineer. Engineer and just artist, vocal artist sometimes. But yeah, part of Music Mondays. I do some of the backbone of like the mixes of DJing mixes and stuff like that, and some of the artwork.
Shout out those a daybreak, man. Michael. See, that's what I was saying. Like these two are such a core and such a backbone of Music Mondays and some of the other content that we like to bring you guys. So huge shout out to these two, for real.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
Thank you, appreciate it.
we have 10 categories for you all tonight, but a little sort of disclaimer before we get into this, right? Because this isn't something that was easily narrowed down. It's impossible for any platform to sort of narrow down every single artist and every single person that really killed it throughout said year or said month. Um, so this isn't something to take super serious. This is just something that we're going to make a habit of and we're going to do yearly to really recognize the creatives that not only are in the Music Mondays community, but the staff members of Music Mondays really recognize as creatives that they think really killed it. So don't take it to heart if you think you deserved it or you think this guy deserved it or this person. It doesn't really matter because we're going to be doing this every year. So this is just something for 2022 and we're very, very excited to get into this for you guys. So, like I said, we have 10 categories for you, and some of them might be kind of obvious, some of them are a little bit exclusive to Music Mondays. So, you'll see what I mean. But the first category that we have is Artist of the Year. Now, this one was definitely it not only was hard to sort of narrow down Artist of the Year, but it was also kind of difficult to come up with a um consistent list, right? So this is Music Mondays Artist of the Year. Get ready, drum roll.
It's muting it.
Congratulations to Astral Trap.
Hell yeah.
So the 2022 Music Mondays Artist of the Year, Astral Trap, is somebody that the Music Monday staff all considered, but I ultimately awarded this to because Astral has been such a staple in the scene for longer than I've been in the scene. I've been creating since 2017. I've been working in the underground since 2018. And Astral is, you know, not only a veteran, but an artist that really destroyed 2022. From multiple albums to collabs to merch to photo shoots to music videos. Like, this is an artist that is not only a relic in the underground, but is somebody that is actively fucking killing it. So, Ivica, Michael, do you have any words about Astral Trap?
I have quite a few words, honestly. Like,
Floor is yours, my
definitely,
friend.
definitely prime pick. This was Astral Trap was definitely when we were pitching Artist of the Year as probably my first pick.
Mm-hmm.
So consistent with the releases, but uh, professionally inconsistent with the genre of switching it up, changing. Every release is different than the last one.
I agree.
Always working with new people, always expanding his own sound. And there's like, I Astral Trap even makes stuff like beats and stuff that don't sound like Astral Trap's music at all. And that's
Absolutely.
why, like,
What gets
I'm
me
not.
about him is just the music videos. I think he's very consistent with music videos.
Absolutely. Astro really kills it on like every avenue. And like you can attribute that to like, so many things, but mostly the fact that Astro has been doing this for a while and really deserves to be recognized for that. And I think Astro absolutely had a great 2022. So huge shout out to Astro Trap. We'll close the curtains here. We'll continue on to our next category. So, of course, this will be available on YouTube for everybody's viewing. And of course, every winner will be available in the description of the YouTube re upload. So, if you're interested in any of these artists that we're trying to recognize and spotlight tonight, feel free to show them some love. So, man, oh man, oh man. This next category, another banger, to be honest with you. This was another category that was like, shit, this is rough. This is rough, especially for me, right? Because I got on a call with Michael and Ivica, and we had, about a half hour to an hour conversation about,
I can
people.
attest. It was about an hour. I can
Yeah,
attest.
yeah, like about some people that we really wanted to consider for a lot of these categories. And our next category that we have for you is Producer of the Year. Now, much like Artist of the Year, this isn't something that we can narrow down to like any specifics. This is kind of difficult, right? Because there are so many people that we'd like to recognize. But as far as 2022 goes, we'd like to present the Music Mondays Producer of the Year, Aesthetic Gloom. So huge, huge shout out to Aesthetic
Hell
Gloom. Give it up for Aesthetic Gloom. And this is a producer that I myself personally saw destroy 2022, and more so on the back end of things, really um, just show love to artists and show love to vocalists and really be almost selfless, right? Sending packs on packs and, not worrying about the finer details. And Aesthetic Gloom truly gave themselves as an artist throughout 2022. So I definitely wanted to recognize them for that. And again, this is a very hard category, right? Because there are so many people you could recognize for this. But this is, somebody that I felt like got a lot of exposure to the Music Mondays community, with so many submissions from Heretic and, the Community Sinners crew and Michael Jones and just so many people. And I truly feel like Aesthetic Gloom definitely deserved this kind of recognition. So, Ivica and Michael, if you have any words about Aesthetic Gloom, feel free to show
Man,
some love.
this kid is so consistent. This kid, I want to say I've been working with him on and off since about 2019, 2018.
Awesome.
And he, back when I was in Ends, he hit up some of the Ends boys, uh, primarily Junior Ending and Kuma, and who was Ayame at the time,
Right.
and hit us up nice as I think he was like 18, 17, young as fuck, super, 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 super nice and humble. and just super talented, and he keeps getting better every year. I think last year he worked with Knight Lavelle, and this year he's worked with, I mean, even just even as big as names, same size names rather.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm a
Nah,
little bit
definitely.
smoky right now. You feel me? Been smoking, but yeah, he's super talented. He has a crazy funk style and a crazy dark trap. He's I don't know if I mentioned he's from Russia, and he's just putting his head down and making as much music as possible, and I'm
Yep.
super proud of him.
Yep. Yep. Huge shout out to Aesthetic Gloom. I believe you're not too familiar with Aesthetic Gloom, but
Just from Music Mondays. Like that's my exposure is Music Mondays
love that.
and like Lord Heretic.
Love
So
that. Love that. See, I love to hear that. I love to hear that. Yeah. If you're not acquainted with Aesthetic Gloom, absolutely get acquainted. Just a quick Google search on SoundCloud or anything like that. Feel free to show Aesthetic some love. And huge congratulations to our 2022 Producer of the Year, Aesthetic Gloom. Now,
Much deserved. Much deserved.
we're gonna close the curtains. Ready? Ready? Boom. So, 2 awards down. Two really, really fucking tanks of artists, if we're being honest. Like that is wowie, wow, wow, wow. So,
two artists with their fingers in a lot of pies for sure.
without a doubt, without a doubt. But this next category,
And one, oh,
no,
my
absolutely,
bad.
absolutely, feel
one
free.
one very young and one I mean they're both young, but one super young and relatively new to the scene, couple years, Aesthetic Gloom, and then one that's been uh staple since what, like you said, 2017,
Literally,
2016. He's
probably
been like,
before that, yeah.
Got,
Like
he's got
Astral
over
has been,
300 songs.
no, I'm
yeah.
talking kind of like on the up of the underground, you feel me,
Mm-hmm.
since then, and like been work I think he's been making music since he was like a young teenager or something,
Yeah. Yeah. So huge shout out to Astral, man. Like I definitely had to show some love there because that like Astral seriously goes back to the UVC days for me. We were some of the first writers that UVC ever picked up. Ever. Ever. We were the core. Okay, like that's how long I've been recognizing Astral's kind of work ethic. So we definitely had to show Astral some love. But this next category, we've done artist, we've done producer, but up next we have engineer of the year. Now again,
Ooh.
this was kind of an interesting category, right? Because we almost didn't want to consider it, but then again, like there are too many niche kind of categories that we absolutely had to consider. Like absolutely had to consider. So there was a decent list that myself, Michael, and Ivica really cooked up for this. But without further ado, the Music Mondays 2022 end of the year engineer of the year, Cole Gerard. Give it up for Cole. And
Hell
and and
yeah.
huge shout out to Cole, man, because Cole was an artist and just somebody so brand new on the scene, right? Like Cole absolutely fucking destroyed this year. From Music Monday submissions to working with artists that I'm mutual with, just working with so many artists from King Mark to Matt Rocks to this was an engineer that was so brand new to the scene that I had to recognize because they put in like 110% effort, like just only cared about the art, really just tried to grind as much as they could. Like this is somebody that was brand new, you know what I mean? Like brand fucking new to the scene. And I have been around, like I said, since 2018. So this was pretty rare for me, especially in the engineer aspect and somebody that just was willing to put their creativity on the line and their artistry on the line to really help other artists. And I definitely thought that Cole deserved that recognition as an engineer. So Michael, feel free to show some love to Cole if you'd like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well
Cole,
deserved. Well deserved.
well
I think
deserved.
my favorite song is a cover that he did of Chop Suey, I believe.
Wow,
If
that's a
I'm
classic.
if I'm if
Wow.
I'm not mistaken. Yeah. I heard that was actually the first song that I heard him or heard by him rather, and it was in the mix that I made for I think the first Dose of Dayberry mix, and I liked it. I liked it a lot,
Wow.
and yeah,
Such
I
a
think
good
it's well
shout.
deserved.
Hell yeah. And then like I Cole's someone I know from Music Mondays,
Right.
right? So like, but I've heard several works, checked them out on my own. Uh, I mean, me and Cole have something in the works soon, hopefully too. This makes me very glad. Is well deserved for sure. Like, absolutely killing it. Makes everything sound just clean, crisp, beautiful.
Yep.
Uh, great
Su-
job.
Super easy to work with. Super easy to work with as well. Like very, very friendly. Very just down for the art. You know what I mean? And in 2022 in the underground scene right now, that's all you could ask for is somebody who's really down for the art. You know,
Absolutely. Very, yeah. Uh, very grateful for Cole Gerard being in the scene.
without a doubt. Without a doubt. So close the curtains. That was our first three categories of 2022. But this next one is another category that we were sort of a little bit strapped with. We were like, okay, like this might be a little bit hard. And I definitely had a little bit of difficulty um really narrowing this one down. So we've done artist of the year, we've done producer of the year, we've done engineer of the year. So what do you think would be next? Up next is designer of the year. Like I said, it's a tough category, right? Because there are so many like multi-talented artists out here that are like also producers, but also editors, but also vocalists, but design really well. So it's like, damn, like it's hard. So, um, yeah, I'm just gonna let you guys absorb this one, and I think you guys will definitely agree, that this person easily deserved this, especially when you consider being brand new to the scene and, Music Mondays and things like that. So I'm proud to present Music Mondays 2022 Designer of the Year, Aster. Give it up for Aster, everybody. So
Absolutely.
huge shout out to Aster, man. I recently just did a Feature Friday with Aster that was super important. We talked about the importance of AI art and things like that, but Aster is also like just so fucking young. You know what I mean? Like Aster is literally like still in school and just somebody much like Cole and a couple of our previous kind of considerations is brand new to the scene. Like Aster was telling me literally on Feature Friday that Music Mondays was the reason that we introduced them to the underground, and somebody that really took it with full force. From the Cyberfest flyer that was like super iconic and everybody saw in the underground. From In Case You Missed It Monthly, like like In Case You Missed It Monthly is like literally some of the craziest shit because Aster, without a question, just completely knocks that out every month. 2 months in a row, Aster has completely killed it. And then you want to talk about like smaller designs, for people like Bloodcat or Lord Heretic. And this is just a designer I wanted to show some love to and really recognize not only as a part of the Music Monday staff team, but in the designer community overall. So huge shout out to Aster. Michael, Ivica, feel free to show some love.
With, again, with
Yeah, it's not
yeah,
surprising. He's just super consistent with
Absolutely.
with the artwork. Super consistent. Always sending in really good work in the chat
Yep.
in the staff chat.
Yep. Just again, somebody that's brand new to the scene, that really just took everything with stride and completely fucking killed it this year, and I totally had to recognize, um because this had to be non-biased, right? Like there are some staff members on these awards, but at the same time, even if they weren't a part of the Music Monday staff, they'd still be considered because they had a great year, and Aster absolutely had a great year. So Avica, if you have any words, feel free.
yeah. I mean, because Aster's great year was only, I guess, magnified because of Music Mondays. There was work to do every week if you wanted
Absolutely,
to.
I couldn't agree with you
So like
more.
you kept Aster on their toes for sure. Like I got to do something at least every other week. SoundCloud Sunday, Dose Day, whatever it is, whatever Michael's not doing or whatever the other designers aren't doing. Like Aster's got to do that. And
Absolutely.
in case you missed it monthly, blew my mind. It was so cool. It was like great crops on everything, and like easily could have looked bad. Like
Without a doubt. I couldn't agree with you more. And somebody so young and fresh to the scene just completely, again, throwing themselves right on the line and just like, I don't care about anything but the art and I love this and I love what we do. And In Case You Miss It Monthly is such a product of that. So huge shout out to you and us for just curating that idea. And huge shout out to Aster for bringing it to life.
yeah, Aster made it like the whole thing like because now especially when we tweet it, it's not just like, oh,
It's
we fit the paragraph.
beautiful.
It's like, no, Aster made all the text fit right there. There's the cover art. The background looks dope. Now we have that for every month, and it's all because of Aster. Like,
Literally. So huge shout out to Aster, man. Much love. We love you. Staff team appreciate you. Thank you so much, my friend. Boom. Close the curtains. All right. We're I think that's 4 awards deep. And huge shout out to everybody in chat. And Michael Jones, I see you with a tier 1 for 2 months. The motherfucking Michael coming in. Michael, you didn't have to do that, my friend. Thank you so much for supporting
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
us
sir.
and supporting everything, man. So thank you so much. And of course, as you know, everything in regards to this channel and everything Music Mondays will always go right back into our setup and what we have going on here at our organization. So with that said, we are well underway, and I think these next categories will really make you guys happy, right? Because we had the usual artist of the year, producer of the year, in the year. We had to oblige by that. We had to. But up next, this category is kind of different, and it's none other than music video of the year. Now, again, kind of hard to narrow this down, right? There are so many. Fury, Lundeen, Vlad, Astral Trap. So many people really killed it this year as far as music videos and not visuals, because visuals absolutely has their own kind of lane. So we only considered real music videos. And this one, again, was kind of hard, but not really, because the person that we chose was extremely consistent. And their very first submission to Music Mondays was a music video. So without further ado, give it up for the 2022 Music Video of the Year, Bloodcat, Cigarella.
knew it.
So this was somebody that really just blew me away from the first time they submitted to Music Mondays. And every week, every month, every other week, they were coming up with music videos, and they were DIY, and they had directors, and this person, that person. But above all else, Bloodcat made sure that they fucking destroyed 2022 with music videos, and it would be a travesty. It would be heinous. It would be heinous to not recognize Bloodcat throughout 2022 for music videos. So give it up for Bloodcat. This is definitely a music video that, of course, we'd watch here if we didn't have a bunch of awards to go through, but everything will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload, and, of course, you can show Bloodcat some love right now. So go show Bloodcat some love. But, this...
Yeah. Go sub.
Absolutely go sub. Absolutely. Go show Bloodcat some love. Go run them up on Spotify and YouTube as well, because all of these are just so crucial to Bloodcat. And this is just an artist that, like I said, their first submission to Music Mondays was a music video. And Cigarella just was at a point where I knew Bloodcat was really pushing for shit. It was almost like every other week at a certain point that we were getting a new music video. And I was like, yo, how the fuck are they doing this? So again, the work ethic and the consistency was something I absolutely had to recognize. You can go check them all out for yourself. And much love to Bloodcat. Much fucking love. Michael, Ivka, feel free to show some love if you'd like.
Yeah, all I gotta say is go watch it. See for yourself, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah, watch that music video. But Bloodcat, yeah, another person that's just like consistent,
Very.
on the game, nonstop. And the music videos is the thing I think that separates Bloodcat from a lot of other people, is because that is, all of the media. You get so many parts of art in a music video besides just music.
Right.
Uh, and it really expresses them as an artist, and forwards their art. I feel like it makes it more appealing to a wider audience because some people are like, oh, I saw that music video and that's when it changed,
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so yeah, it's just dope as hell. Shout out Bloodcat, staying consistent. Cigarella, great,
So
absolutely
fire.
stellar.
So fire. If you haven't seen that reaction or if you haven't seen Cigarella, definitely go check it out. And of course, there'll be links in the description. Huge shout out to Bloodcat. Wow. Wow. So, boom, close the curtains. Here we are. We're back at it. Huge shout out to Ivica and Michael for hosting the official Music Mondays 2022 End of the Year Awards. Let's get it, baby.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for
Shout out
having
to
me.
you, Dom, for also
Of
hosting.
course. Welcome. Much love to you two. So, continuing on, we've recognized a lot of really important creatives, but this next category is something that I think is very important. And for a couple of reasons, but um I think it's important because this was one of the categories that I myself had a hard time kind of choosing. That's why, I don't want anybody in the community to like take this super serious. It's hard to ultimately come up with like a number one, right? But when it comes down to it, if we had to pick, these are the categories that really kind of make it hard. So, our next category, Project of the Year. Now, what I mean by project is album or EP. Some people don't like calling their projects albums, right? So you kind of want to broaden that term because we don't want to restrict it down to just albums or just EPs or, make 20 niche categories that just kind of are like meh. So
Best mix over 40 minutes.
yeah, literally, like yeah, stuff like that. Exactly. So project of the year. Project meaning anything from an album to an EP to a compilation to something that you just consider a project and not really an album. So, without further ado, we'll tell you about this winner in a second. But the Music Mondays 2022 Project of the Year. Be patient with me. I'm only human. From Fury and Michael Jones. So show some
Oh, wow.
fucking love to these two, man, because this project I knew from the get-go. From when I first sort of spoke with Fury and Michael, from when I first heard the project, from just day one, I knew that this project was very special, and it definitely had an impact on me. Throughout any project I listened to, throughout the whole of 2022 inside the Music Mondays community and outside of the community. So I'm not going to ramble on too much here because I have the producer of this project in a call with me right here, the residential Music Monday staff member, designer, producer, DJ specialist, Michael Jones. Give us some words on this project, please.
Thank you. I wasn't expecting that. I appreciate it. And speaking on behalf of Fury, we appreciate it. We appreciate the love going to it, and it was kind of a catalyst to our introduction, or more of like a catalyst of a deeper lane into both of our relationship with Music Mondays.
Absolutely.
It's around that time that we both got interviewed, and um, we both just started working more with the conglomerate, I guess you could say. And then I joined the staff not long after as a designer, and I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. It was a fun project to make. It was a very personal project at times.
Absolutely.
It's like a compilation slash EP, you know. But yeah, and you'll probably hear me perform or spin some of it in Washington in January if anybody is up in Bellingham, Washington,
Hey, let them
January
know.
14th.
Where can motherfuckers get tickets?
Yep.
Where are they at? What? Give us a lowdown. Let us know.
Um, so there, if you go to Clance the Don or produced Clance PROD Clance on Instagram, he has ticket info in his bio, and I'll have ticket info in my link tree slash bio after the show.
Love to hear that. Love to hear that. Yeah, if you guys are interested in that show and you're in the area, definitely check the description because it'll be there as well. Ivica, I don't know if you may or may not have heard this project, but if you haven't, definitely go listen to it. And if you have any words, feel free. The floor is yours.
So I'm sure I've heard a track off of it. I've never sat down and listened to the whole thing, and that makes me feel terrible because now I'm gonna have to at least 4 times.
Absolutely.
If
Absolutely.
it's project of the year, especially, because
Yeah,
I'm
I think
slowly
it's
working
about
through my
24
list.
minutes long. It's not too long.
24.
It's not too long.
Well, then I have no excuse to have not listened to this then. And
It's
neither does
10
anyone.
tracks, about 2 to 3 minutes each track.
Very special.
So anyone wants to do a listening party with me, hit me up. We'll all stream it together.
And that was the thing, right? Because I couldn't sit here and tell the staff who the winners were because they were also considered because they're all wonderful creatives as well. So I didn't want to spoil the surprise for anybody. So this is why it's kind of off guard for them as well. So keep that in mind
Yeah,
that some of
I
these
wasn't
guys didn't
expecting it.
know. Yeah, like they didn't know. So I wanted to keep this a surprise. And of course, throughout the years, this will change. We might switch up a little themes here, there, or how we do this. But for this year, I didn't let anybody know, and this is a big surprise for everybody. So you're hearing raw
Yeah,
and genuine reactions here.
this was put out back in February 24th, I believe. Maybe February 14th, maybe Valentine's Day. I'm
Mhm.
not sure, one of the two. But yeah, about mid February, so it was almost a year old, 10 months old. I just released another project with my good buddy OK Nice. I have another one coming out on January 13th, called 13.
Yeah, and again, like that's the thing, right? Is there like for me personally, right? Like I had to narrow this down to a lot of really talented people, and it's so hard for me because there were so many other projects I had to consider. And I had to pick the one that I went with my gut here. Is what I'm trying to say. I went with my genuine gut, and this is the one that I knew made a genuine impact on me as a listener, and then as more importantly, a non-biased listener. So I had to show some love. Huge shout out to Fury. Huge shout out to Michael Jones. Go listen to that if you haven't already, my friends. Boom. Close curtains.
I'm glad it impacted you. I'm glad it impacted you. Thank you.
You're very welcome, my friend. So, um, this next category, again, being the host of Music Mondays, I was like, shit. This one is definitely a roughie. Um, this next category is Most Improved Artist of 2022. Now, like I said, I think we did over 50 episodes of Music Mondays this year. And when you consider the amount of people that I've seen progress, this was hard. And this was definitely hard for Michael and Ivica as well, because they came up with some great nominees. And we weren't going to leave this kind of category to the community because anybody who has the biggest fan base is going to that's just obvious. So we have to make the right choice being underground enthusiasts and just overall fans of the scene. So without further ado, the most improved artist of 2022, Lord Heretic. So give it up for fucking Lord Heretic, man, because this was an artist personally for me that I watched grow as a fucking person, never mind as an artist. And this is where I sort of come in and I vouch for this because when I had first met Heretic and we had first started reacting to Heretic's music, Heretic was one of those artists that was extremely fucking talented. You knew this, but some artists just don't resonate with the technical side of music, right? And whether it be social media, posting this, whatever. And when I'd come in contact with Heretic, it was just this mood and like work ethic switch that I had never fucking seen in the underground in so many years. And this was somebody that I had watched just kind of pick themselves up and was like, okay, like I'll do whatever the fuck it takes. Like truly do whatever the fuck it takes, whether it be record 50 songs in a day, make sure they get on a meeting, whether they're fucking sick with their girl, doesn't matter. Like Heretic absolutely put this first. And again, it would be heinous if I didn't fucking recognize this. Um just for 2022 alone, right? Because Heretic has been around in the scene, but this year in 2022 they improved just way like beyond the scope that I anticipated Heretic excelling. And I was extremely proud to not only call them my friend, but to call them an artist that I really just am just so proud of. Just so proud of. So, Michael, I've got feel free to share some words about Heretic.
Yeah, talk about I could talk about my boy for hours. This is my motherfucking brother.
Let them know, bro. Let them know.
Love Heretic. Love Heretic. Yeah, he's come a long way. This is someone that's I've been in many groups with him. I've been in ends with him. I've been in uh CCZM with him. I've played shows with him. I've done backing vocals for him. He's blessed me with being one of the few people that has had like vocals, of mine, letting me feature on their track, and record with him on my first song actually. Him and his buddy Oni, and a bunch of other people. So shout out them, shout out him. Uh, Beautiful soul. Um, just really, really, really good friend and a really good artist. Super, super talented. If you like new metal and if you like fucking bars, like this white boy can rap.
Let them know, bro.
He's
Let them
fucking
know.
good. He's fucking good, and he and I may have some shit in the works. Maybe some covers in the work. Maybe, but yeah, I've worked with him as under my name, under a producer group that I'm in, that's waiting. I've known him since I think 2018. Um, he's like I said, a beautiful soul. He's an amazing artist, and I'm super glad for him. I'm super proud of him.
Without a fucking doubt. Ivica, feel free.
Yeah, so Lord Heretic is another person I know from Music Mondays. I'm the only person on the call that doesn't know Lord Heretic personally, it seems. Um, but like that cat is nice as hell on the internet. I can tell you that.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
as soon as I followed Lord Heretic, there was if I had something worth engaging with, Lord Heretic engaged with it. Cool as hell on the internet. Also, just like great rapper. And yeah, someone I've known through the music mondays. Probably I want to say they were like, where's I was looking back through SoundCloud Sundays. So I was on SoundCloud Sunday, 32. That's when I got hip to it, right?
Right.
Um, I want to say a couple weeks later, Lord Heretic was on there. Yeah, 35, and that's the first time I heard Lord Heretic. Oh, that was a great week. Damn, Music Mondays, SoundCloud Sundays always great, but especially when Lord
Absolutely.
Heretic's on it.
Absolutely.
Um, yeah, just like so many flows and styles, and just cool as hell.
Yep.
Absolutely great voice.
Yep. Much fucking love to Heretic, man. Like I said, that one was again a kind of a difficult category, but kind of a no-brainer because when you watch somebody sort of completely change their attitude and, completely do whatever they can to achieve their goals, it's just something that's like it's just so important, man. It's so important. So I had to recognize that. Huge shout out to Heretic, man. Boom, close the curtains.
Oh,
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, up next is a kind of exclusive Music Mondays award. Um, Not really having to do with like sort of any particular piece of art, but this next category is Guest of the Year on Music Mondays. So guest of the year was relatively easy because we didn't have much to choose from because Music Mondays wasn't really like sort of like an instant, have guests on every week kind of show. We kind of had to narrow down what kind of segments we're going to go where, whether it be stuff like the breakdown with Ivica, Feature Friday, Workshop Wednesday. We were kind of developing our presence in, not only podcasting, but just our YouTube channel. And, sometimes I forget that our YouTube channel was actually just created this year. And we've uploaded, I think, like 100+ videos this year. So this was, again, about building our platform. And those few guests absolutely made it. And were so important here on Music Mondays. So I considered Feature Fridays, I considered Workshop Wednesdays, I considered any time somebody hopped on the podcast with me. And without further ado, I'd like to present your Music Mondays 2022 Guest of the Year, Fury and Michael Jones. That's two for fucking two. Give it up for Fury and Michael
Two for
Jones.
two.
Give it up for Fury and Michael Jones, man.
Hell yeah.
I appreciate that.
Like
There was a lot of content that we've had with you guys,
truly.
man, and I appreciate that a lot. I appreciate the 2022 is the best year for content for me. I can't speak for him.
Let's go.
I speak for him on the appreciation, and the love. But as far as like the year for the best turnout of interviews, podcasts, stuff like that,
Right.
definitely 2022. I mean, I think I was on the show twice. I think I had one or two interviews.
Yep.
And yeah, it's just I got a lot of love. I was on I submitted a lot to SoundCloud Sunday, and was blessed to be able to be featured. I appreciate it, and I'm sure he does too. Truly, truly.
Absolutely. This was kind of not like super hard for me, but I was like, damn, because we had the Workshop Wednesdays, we had the Mark, we had Heretic, and I was like, damn, like which one kind of, really was just the most overall impactful to the underground. And I think the conversation I had with Fury and Michael, where we touched on so many important topics, whether it be mental health, preventing burnout, just so many great topics. And then on top of it, we discussed their music and their personalities and just really got to dive into their minds a little bit. So this is definitely a podcast episode that you absolutely need to go check out. Again, linked in the description if you missed it. If you're like, damn, I need to find out about Michael, I need to find out about Fury, go show these two some love, man, because again,
Yeah,
I coined them the peanut butter jelly duo like 6 months ago, and I still haven't changed my mind on that. But go show these two some love, man.
there's a lot there as far as like history and between me and him, and then a lot there between of content. It goes into our childhood where we grew up and how we started making music, etc. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, huge shout out to you guys. Like again, like even if these two weren't staff members, like they all had to be considered because, like Ivica and Michael just really destroyed 2022, and these were two important, not only staff members but just creatives overall. Regardless of Music Mondays that we had to recognize. So huge, huge shout out to Michael and Fury as well.
Yeah, well deserved. You earned it. It's not like
Absolutely,
I don't think Sam's playing favorites. I really think you earned that one.
absolutely.
Just like the last one,
Thank you.
you
Thank
know?
you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
So, kind of an interesting category. Again, sort of exclusive to Music Mondays. Was sort of hard, but not for the regular reasons that I've been talking about. I think we did about 50 episodes this year, and I had to sort of rummage through the bargain bin, if you will, and find my best reaction and reaction of the year for 2022, and that's our next category. And there was a couple things here that I was like, okay, like, hmm. Like, I had a lot of crazy reactions, but I always react like that, right? Because if something's fire, it's easy to react good to it. But there was a couple reactions that kind of caught me off guard. And this is one that we'll definitely have to check out. We'll pull up the clip here and we'll really sort of dive into this and understand my reaction here at first, because we'll play about 30 seconds or so, and you guys will understand why this was sort of my reaction here. So let's pull this up and we'll switch over screens. So without further ado, reaction of the year, Manito, Mama Said, the official music video from episode 73 of the Music Mondays podcast. Now, like I said, this was kind of a hard, category to go back for, because we get countless submissions every week. And, there are so many reactions that I've given, ones that I've been like, holy shit. But this is the one that I vividly remember. So, without further ado, let me play this clip for you all, and we'll be able to really enjoy this together. So for all you audio listeners out there, make sure your audio's on, and we'll check this out. Last, but most certainly not least, first time submitting artist, Manito. And this will be interesting. This is actually a visual. So we don't know much about Manito. This will be our first impression, and we're all going to react for ourselves, man. So Manito submitted a track titled Mama Said, but it's the official video for it. Produced by Cujo. Wow, got all the credits. Yeah, okay, I fuck with this. Got all the links. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. This looks gorgeous. The song is fantastic. Wow. Lots of love. Okay. This premiered December 11th of 2020. So this is just under 2 years old. So let's check this out. Manito, Mama Said official visual. First time submitting artist. Nah. Oh. 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 What? Oh. Oh. What? Oh, wait a second. What the fuck? What? What the fuck? Bro. So, with that said, that is easily reaction of the year for me.
Yeah.
Just because I was
Man's
completely
was geek.
yeah, like he has 13 followers at the time I watched that video. I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck is going on here? I thought I was being punked. Like, without a doubt, I thought this was a troll, but this was not a troll. So huge shout out to Manito. Absolutely caught me off guard. First time submitting artist and absolutely reaction of the year for 2022. Go check out Mama Said if you haven't already. That's all I got to say about that one, my friends. Boom, close the curtain. So, back at it, and we are here live with Ivica Glass and Michael Jones.
Yes, you are.
What up? What up? What up?
So, we've got one more award.
Really? Only one more?
Number 10. Number 10.
We've
And
gone through 9 already.
we have indeed gone through 9 already, my friend. We have indeed.
Go over them real quick. Go over them real quick. I don't believe that. Go over them real quick.
So we have artists.
What we got so far?
Artist of the year, we have Astral Trap. Producer of the year, we got Aesthetic Gloom. Engineer, we have Cole Gerard. Designer of the year, we have Aster. Music video of the year, we have Bloodcat. Project of the year, we have Be Patient With Me. Most improved artist, Lord Heretic. Guest of the year, Fury and Michael. Reaction of the year, Manito. And our final category.
Yeah. Fuck. I guess we have. Excuse my mouth.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. Yep.
It's been a breeze going through here, and it's been fun being here with you.
Absolutely.
I guess it's been going by fast.
You know, because I did consider 15 or 20, but I didn't want to like overdo it. You know what I mean, and start breaking down like niche categories.
Yeah,
but
I think it's a perfect amount. I think it's a perfect amount.
Yeah, and like I was saying to Ivica before we went live, you know, next year we'll be able to really have a fuller scope, right? Because you guys didn't have a full year on Music Mondays yet. Like you guys, I think Michael, you're like 8 months in. Ivica, you've been like 5 months in. So like once you guys have like a full year within the community, you'll be able to make like a consistent, accurate kind of judgment. But for right now, I just considered everybody. You know what I mean? Including Michael Jones, including Ivica, including so many other people. So with that said, our last category, up and coming artist of the year. So this is a little bit different from most improved artist of the year. This is an artist that could have been already established and, you know, they improved throughout the year. But up and coming artist is somebody that may or may not have gotten the recognition that they deserved, but absolutely had a stellar year and is somebody that you should look out for in your next year. So, without further ado, our last award for the Music Mondays 2022 End of the Year Awards, Up and Coming Artist of the Year, King Mark. Huge fucking shout out to King Mark, man.
Yeah.
Mark is just give it up for Mark.
Well deserved.
Yeah,
very,
like
very, very well deserved.
Somebody that again submitted to the podcast consistently throughout the year, but without a doubt, really made progress throughout the whole fucking year. Like from release to unreleased to fucking I just can't even, you know, music videos to design to this is an artist that you have to keep your eyes on in 2023. Without a doubt. Mark destroyed 2022. Has been killing it all year. Is a very much active member of the Music Mondays community. And Mark really just
super active.
Yeah, absolutely. And Mark really just deserves this.
And he deserves it.
He's
we said the same thing.
Feel free to take the floor.
He's a kind soul. Every time I've talked to him, he's just a very nice person. That's all I wanted to say. He's just a very, very kind soul every time I've talked to him.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Ivica, feel free.
Yeah, King Mark for sure. Like up and coming artist of the year, King Mark. 2023. I mean, 2022 was your year. 2023 is going to be another one of your years.
Yeah.
King Mark.
Yeah.
Someone that just like consistently is putting out heat, building upon that heat, and just like, someone definitely has a brand for themselves.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of time now until King Mark is a household name. You know what I mean? It's just gonna take time and dedication. I think King Mark has that dedication and that time, and it's been shown. And it will show even more next year as everything they learned this
Well
year
fucking
and
said.
next year.
Well said.
Yeah, you just gotta. I mean, all these artists, including myself,
Mm-hmm.
this goes for me also always. But all these artists just gotta keep their head down and keep pushing. You know, just keep pushing. And stay consistent and keep the quality up and keep. You're only as good as your last project, your last song, your last recording. The last thing you put out. And yeah, he definitely deserves it. And I do want to say, if you smoke, you better smoke right now for him.
Mm-hmm.
You better.
Mm-hmm.
Let me
Huge
pass
shout
that
out to
chill.
King Mark. Yeah, 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 yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. So once again, huge shout out to King Mark. That was our last award for the Music Mondays 2022 end of the year awards. I hope you all enjoyed. This was just a little something for the community. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't the best production, but we had the wonderful Music Mondays staff members here with me, Ivica and Michael Jones. Much love to them for coming on and really hosting this event with me. And we only hope to raise the bar for you guys and really, really would just love to improve. And I hope you guys enjoyed that, man.
It was
Yeah.
super fun to be there or be here rather, and I appreciate you for having me. I appreciate you for nominating and awarding me for some of the hard work that I put down. It
Absolutely.
was a lot of fun.
Yeah. This was really fun, and it's. I know that you said not to take it to heart, but if you won, take that to heart for sure.
Yeah, let them
If you
know. Let them know, Ivica. I love
if
that.
you're the
I love
winner,
that from you.
if you won, the glass is full for you. If you
Mm-hmm.
didn't win, your glass is still full for sure. But
Facts.
uh, you know, it's we only can pick one person. If we want to make it hard, then we could pick like three people for each one, and that'd be more fair. But that'd be so long, and it's not the way awards work.
Right.
We just pick one. We just picked one. Like Zom picked the one person based off like what we had brain session on.
Right.
And that really like that was probably the best way to do it this year for sure. Um, but yeah, like if you didn't win this year, submit to Music Mondays a lot, and that's how you like submit to our the playlist and the show, and that gets all eyes and ears on you for the length of your time.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Being active in because these people were all active in the community. You know, I mean, my first SoundCloud Sunday I was on with Astral Trap, like,
Yep.
and I actually thought it was so cool. I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm on the same playlist as Astral Trap."
I love that. I love that. The see, like shit like that is so cool, and that's the kind of small wins that I like to keep close to my heart, right? That's why we do this, and I know Michael and Ivica know what the core of Music Mondays is, and why we continue to go as hard as we do is because this community needs a genuine platform that isn't, you know, hiding some kind of malicious intent. Our only goal is to provide the underground with a wonderful community, but on top of that, preserve the underground and preserve what's right, and to lead new artists into their right directions, and to really give people a space and listeners a space to find new artists, because time and time again, you'll see people say, I need a new playlist, I need new music. Send them to Music Mondays because we're rounding everybody up in the underground, okay?
We got them. We got
That's it.
playlists. Yeah.
Uh, Absolutely. So, I do want to take a moment to show some love to Ivica and Michael for once again hosting this event with me. But all the work that they put in for 2022 since they joined Music Mondays, both of these two have been super active as far as really doing what needs to be done for the platform, but also pushing the ideas, coming up with new incentives, coming up with, oh, we could do this, oh, we could do that, you know what I mean? And that's what's important to something like Music Mondays, because like I said, like I could come up with all the ideas myself, but that doesn't make it special. Like we need more brains to really show, other aspects of things. And that's why we strive to do that, truly. So huge shout out to these
I
two.
appreciate you so much for having us.
Yeah. Thanks for letting us be part of Music Mondays too. Like, this is the coolest, honestly.
Absolutely. I wouldn't have it any other way, right? It's a new underground scene, so I try to take what the good traits were for, the early days and bring them to the new days, because obviously it'll never be the same, but we're creating a new environment for everybody. And I wouldn't want to pick anybody else. I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't want to trade anything, because we're here for a reason, and what we're doing is very special. So huge shout out to these two. If you have any last words or shout outs, feel free to talk about your 2022s. Feel free to talk about what's coming for Music Mondays and yourselves.
Oh, sorry, I was waiting. Michael usually had gone first, and we keep.
Um,
Michael, you go first.
so yeah, shout out the Rare J Cray. Shout out Dead slash Always November. Going through a name change there. Shout out CS. Shout out the old Ends crew and No Dom's crew. Donnie Hardaway, 777 Fury, Kale, Dread. Shout out Music Monday staff and you, Doms. Thank you for having me.
Always.
Yeah. I'll start with shout outs for sure. Like, thank you for having us. Thank you for letting me specifically do the breakdown. And in case you missed it, monthly. Those are two things like I just brought to the table. I was just new in town and I was like, can we do this? And you're like, yeah, yeah. And I was like, well, hell yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And we got more of that coming. Like 2023, there should be, unless something goes horribly wrong, which knock on wood, there's gonna be an episode of the breakdown every month.
Yep.
So that's like a whole almost, well, if anyone talks about their album at length, like A Place for Owls did, that's almost 3 hours of content in the first episode. So that's a lot to learn. And they told us all their our tunings. They told us all their cheats too. So
hit me up. I got an album coming out January 13th. May have an album coming out February 23rd. Got another album that's supposed to come out with Fury, and then another album coming out in the summer. So there's your content, my friend. There's your content.
Yeah. There we go. I'll get you on the show for sure.
Yep.
But yeah, so we got the breakdown. We got, in case you missed it, monthly. There's gonna be a lot of lab grown stuff from me next year.
You shout out Lab Grown for sure. He shout out to Lab Grown. Like, that's the only other platform that Music Mondays will openly support, because not only Ivica is a staff member, but that's also a solo ran kind of organic platform, much how we operate. So shout out Lab Grown.
Yeah, at this point, Lab Grown is like Music Monday's little brother.
Extension, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
definitely.
it's just where I do everything I don't want to make Zom have to clear. It's like, well, I'll just do it on my own. And not that I come up with nothing too outrageous for Lab Grown, but yeah, we got.
Of course.
January is there's a show on the 20. Let me look at the date. I want to say it's the 24th. It's a Tuesday. We're doing a lab grown show. It's Nando in the Bando's birthday. So we're doing a URL show for that. February 24th is Club Gothica Fest. So if you're familiar with Club Gothica, it is another, it's not a collective as much as it's a community thing. It's like a Dark Brotherhood-esque like tap on the shoulder. When Jeremiah follows you on Club Gothica, you're in Club Gothica now. That's how it works. So that'll be a cool showcase. And then I got so much music coming out. I got 8 B tapes coming out. So expect a lot of visualizers on the Music Mondays podcast submissions.
Absolutely. Without a doubt. I mean, like 2023 is going to be everything you are used to, but just amplified. And we're going to give you a whole lot more of it. And really just the ultimate goal is to bring in new community members and to give our current community the platform that they need. And it's just something that I hold very close to me. And 2023 is going to be something that even myself will be kind of surprised at. It's just very important, and I hope you guys are ready for next year. Like I said, expect a lot more of what you're used to, and expect a whole lot of new stuff. Stuff like Cyberfest 2, the Music Mondays Awards next year. Merchandise, live events, like so many things are really in the works for us as we grow. So I just want to say, huge shout out to the Music Money staff. Huge shout out to Ivica and Michael as well. But on top of it, huge shout out to the community. Without the community, not only does this not work, but we could cover the mainstream like everybody else does and kind of, do this, that, and the third. But that nobody wants to do that, and I'm not interested in that, and I never have been. My heart's in the underground, and it always will be. And I hope you guys are ready for this journey, because I definitely am. So, with that said, that fully concludes the 2022 end of the year Music Mondays Awards. Like I said, huge shout out to Ivica Glass, Michael Jones for hosting. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for coming on and
Thank you.
just enjoying this time with me, man. So I'm gonna go sign off the chat. I'll make sure both of you guys are linked in the description. If anybody's interested in Michael Jones or Ivica Glass, go on the Music Mondays website, go to the contact page, click on their fucking profile pictures, go show them some love. You can literally click directly to their profiles from the Music Mondays homepage. Go show them some love, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, without further ado, chat, I hope you guys enjoyed. This was the last episode of the Music Mondays podcast for 2022. Hope you guys are ready for 2023. Huge shout out to anybody that came through tonight, showed love. We'll be tweeting out all the awards right after this. So, huge shout out to you guys, man. Shout out to anybody that came through and lurked and showed love. Mark, thank you so much for the 8 months. Michael, thank you so much for the 2 months. Welcome to the family. We are now at 8 of 10 of our sub goal, man. Let's fucking go. Huge shout out to you guys. And huge shout out to, like I said, anybody that tuned in and shown love. TDG, Michael Jones, Cole, all of our winners as well. Huge shout out to you guys. But like I said, expect your tweets to go out right after this. And I hope you guys enjoyed 2022. And I hope you guys are ready for 2023. Shout out to Music Mondays community. Shout out Michael Jones. Shout out Ivica Glass. I'll see you guys next week for our first episode of 2023. We'll see you next week.